says we are now streaming live. Welcome everybody. I am Dr. Stacy Friedman, the host of Laws of Sex, and we have my co-host here, Blanca, to help talk about sex today. Hi, Blanca.
How are you? It's such a pleasure to be with you tonight, Dr. Stacy. How's it going?
It's going good. I had to now officially wear my glasses because I'm getting old. It's hard to see. But what's that?
Never admit that.
So today I wanted to talk about some ways that we can heat up the bedroom.
I like it. I like it.
We've talked about things that were important to get to this point, such as being intimate with yourself, creating a foundation. And now that you got those pieces together, now once you're in the bedroom, I want to talk about ways to heat it up with your partner. And if the people that don't have partners, there's ways to heat it up for yourself as well.
I love it. That's incredible. So the first thing is you were saying that that games are a good way to go. What are your thoughts on that?
Games are a great way to heat up the bedroom. And some of the things that you see on my little PowerPoint here there's different things like chocolate. You can play games with edible food. On my website, I have tons of different options of fun games. There's different things such as candles. Did you know that you can pour candles on the body? And
no, I didn't. Skin? That's wild.
But not regular candles, soy candles.
I was thinking, all right, I was like, ouch. Okay, so there's a special type of candle. I didn't know that.
The soy candles are really, really nice. And some of the games, like if you look at the upper right-hand corner, there's a game there that actually has a soy candle. And what happens is when you burn the soy candle, and once you let it kind of melt a little bit, you can pour it on the skin and you can actually use it as a massage lotion.
Ooh.
So it's very nice. And with that game, it comes with like a little, what they call a hot heart. I wanted to see, I have something similar to it right here. And what it is, it has a little activator on the bottom. So when you pop the activator, it all bubbles up and it gets hot. So when you pour the candle on you, you can use that as like a little massage, warm massage.
That's incredible. That's really creative and a new idea. I like it. And these are available on your website?
Well, everything's available on my website. You just go to drstacyfriedman.com and there's a shop link. There's actually COVID-19. You can get 25% off of your entire order because we know we're all stuck at home with our partners or on our own, and we want to be able to get through it. So.
That's incredible. What a generous community coupon. That's really nice. Is that 2 words? COVID-19 is the coupon code?
Just 1 word. When you go onto the actual shopping link, it'll say right on top what to do when you check out to get the discount. But some of these games, you talk about the same typical stuff on how to get it heated up. Oh, you want to have some romance. You want to do this. Try to think out of the box and do some variety. I mean, if you like to be a little bit more raunchy and get into fetishes a little more, you could see on that upper left corner, there's a fetish game.
Yeah.
There's another game on the bottom right there that just says sex. It talks about different positions. It talks about different actions you can use. So that kind of just gave a little bit of a well-rounded idea of different types of things that you can do in the bedroom.
And what's this game? Chocolate Seductions.
That comes with a little paintbrush and a little thing of chocolate stuff.
Oh my God, it comes with a paintbrush?
And chocolate.
Wow. So it's like liquid chocolate.
Yep.
Now that's fun. I love painting. So I might have to
get that. I love chocolate.
What does a toy like that cost?
All these things range anywhere from $12 to $35 or so. So it's very reasonable. And what's nice is that some of these other things, let's say the game that has the candle, you could always buy a soy candle separately when you run out. Same thing with the chocolate. There's always that extra, either go into your cabinet and get some chocolate, or they actually have stuff that you can use for the body. And you're painting words and your partner has to guess what you're saying and different things like that. So there's just a huge variety of different types of games that you can use to spice it up.
That's incredible. So those are some 4 amazing, under the category of games. Tip number 1 is use games. 2, mix it up, keep the conversation interesting, and candidly, have fun. Keep it fresh, keep
That's
it
what it's
different.
about.
And don't even tell them, just buy it, bring it home one night, tell them the
Surprise!
television's broken and we're playing chocolate. I'm doing this, people. All right, what's our next type tip for keeping it heated up in the bedroom during this COVID vacation, coronacation?
Role play.
Okay, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, it could be a couple different things. And what I did is it's not just for women dressing up. We want to make sure the men get their fair share of dressing up. But what I did on this one is showing that with role play, it can kind of come in 2 different ways. One way is by actually dressing up in different types of lingerie, or actually pretending when you're in the bedroom, doing something like if you're a doctor, pretending you're taking their temperature, but using a different thermometer. Or, you're pretending that you are going insane and they have to hold you down so they can give you a shot. So they have to tie your arms down. You could be creative.
Oh, I like that idea.
And then the nurse wants to take care of you and give you a bubble bath because you have a fever, which hopefully nobody that is hearing this does.
Now, this actor, is he available for hire too? Is he for rent?
No, I think I already have him. He's already taken up. Sorry.
There's always a catch, isn't there?
Well, that middle picture is just a regular couple that is actually out at a bar. And so the reason why I put that on there is because role play doesn't have to just be outfits and things in the bedroom. When you first get picked up sometimes in a bar or at a club or at a party or something like that, a lot of times after so many years of being together, you lose that flirtiness, that playfulness.
Yeah.
So the role play can be where, let's say, you're sitting at the bar and your partner comes in and pretends that they don't know you. And then they come up to you and ask, maybe you want to buy a drink. And then you start talking to that person like you've never met them before. And sometimes you might even learn, like you were saying before about communication, sometimes you might even learn something new about that person just from playing that dating game.
That's really fun. I love your creativity. I can see why you chose this as a profession. This is definitely your niche practice. No doubt about that.
It's definitely something that you have to think out of the box because people get bored very easily. You're in a relationship for how many years and you're just like, okay, roast beef again.
Yeah, you really do. It's not easy, but you have to keep things exciting and get creative. And this is really the perfect time. The universe is telling us to relax and to get grounded and to rediscover our friendships and our relationships. And so there's no time like the present. And are some of these outfits also available on your website, or is that
the outfits are available on the website as well? Mm-hmm.
That's incredible. So we've got 2 amazing ideas so far. What's next on the list?
Bondage.
Ooh, I don't know a lot about this area. Educate us.
One thing is that, especially being home, a lot of people are stuck with their partners and you're tired. It's been a long day. You're doing the same thing. You're coming into the bedroom, you take your shower, you go to bed. You have to be able to spice it up at this time because of all the stress everybody's feeling. You need to do something different to get your energy going. And if you look here, the picture on the right is of a sex swing. You don't have to keep it up all day. All you need is an eye hook in a beam that can stay up there and hold, I think it holds up to 250 pounds. And otherwise you can always get a frame, but you have handcuffs and whips. And the picture on the left is under the bed restraints. So some people are afraid that maybe their kids might go into their drawers and find some of these things. The underbed restraints are all fluffy and like Velcro. So you could actually stick them underneath the bed until you're ready to use them. You just pull them out. So you have the arms and the legs underneath the bed.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
And as long as you don't have, as long as you keep it on the down low, you're good to go. Now,
Yes.
what's that red thing next to the XOXO toy?
You have the blindfold,
Okay,
and then you have a little paddle, and
got
then you
it.
have the handcuffs. So bondage could be all different types of things. It could be a gag ball. A gag ball is something that you can put in the mouth and has a strap around the head. Then you have the things such as the restraints for under the bed. You have paddles, you have whips, you have chastity type of products that keep a man in a cage down there.
Right.
um,
I like. Do you think bondage has to include pain, or
no,
what to you is that really, again, is that to you another game?
it's it's something like that is obviously with anything that you do sexually, you have to have consent. And anytime you have bondage, it's knowing that you truly, truly trust your partner. And for people that are a little nervous, one thing that's important is doing a safe word. So I don't know why, but pineapple seems to be one that pops up all the time when people talk about safe words. But you could pick something that you would not normally say in conversation. Like I could say purple, it's my color. If I say purple, but I think that it's important to make sure that you trust your partner. And pain, it's like you have BDSM, bondage, um, dominance. Uh, Now I'm like losing my head. Sado and masochism, but the DNS is also dom and sub. So, and then somewhere in there, you put the pain in there if people like it, but it does not have to mean pain. Bondage is more of just like handcuffs, teasing, things like that. But you can run the spectrum. I mean, for people that have never really done stuff like that, you want to start small.
Well, that sounds fantastic, and it's great that you have such a selection. Um, and when these items are they delivered in a discreet package so nobody knows what's inside of them?
It's a big box that just says dildos on it. It's completely discreet. It's a brown box that doesn't say anything.
Dildo delivery.
There was this meme going around for people, I don't remember, for like the holidays, where it has a big box and it just has dildos with a person on top of it. It was horrible. But anyway, no, the box just comes in a brown box, and then when you open it up, it has paper and stuff around it. So it is definitely discreet and confidential. But it's just something that gives you a little bit more fire in the bedroom if people have wanted to try something a little bit step up from the norm.
All right, I love it. So that's tip number 3 for your coronation. What's next?
The next is the vibrators.
Okay.
This is something that you can use if you're on your own to spice up yourself, because just because you're by yourself, you don't want to be sitting there for 30 days, 60 days, not taking care of yourself. That goes back to my very, very first talk, where I was talking about the importance of loving yourself and getting to know yourself. You need to keep that blood flow in that area. So if you look at this one, the bottom right has what we call a satisfier. And it's satisfier as an F-Y-E-R, not F-I-E-R. That is one of my favorites. It's like a womanizer, but it's like half the price, and it does the job. Believe me, it does the job. There's a couple, TMI, sorry. They also have couple vibrators, such as the We Vibe. And if you look on the bottom left, that's something that actually goes into the woman, and the man enters as well. So it vibrates on the man. You can use a remote control. You can use it on a phone app. It's rechargeable. And then the top left, you see, is a C ring or a cock ring or a pleasure ring, whatever you want to call it. That's something that is very, guys are going to look at that. It's not going to fit in there. It's stretchable. It's definitely stretchable. And
incredible.
yeah, you can get all different kinds. And the one thing that's kind of neat about that, the C ring, is that it actually holds 3 purposes. First of all, the tightness of the ring helps keep the guy erect longer, because what it does is it holds a little bit snug and it keeps the blood flow in the penis. But you want to make sure you use some lube. You don't want to put it on without it because that could hurt. So
Absolutely.
yeah, you want to make sure there's a little bit of lube on there. So you're going to put that on there.
Wait, I've got one for you. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a good one. I'm going to have to write that down.
Consider it a present.
Thank you. I'll keep it in my little notes of all interesting verbiage. But yeah, so the first thing is keeping the man erect. The second thing is because there's a little vibrator on the top of it. So you have the little ring and then that little straight thing is a vibrator. When that's pushed up against the woman, so if it's like this and it's pushed up against the woman's clit, it's going to vibrate in that area.
Oh,
so
wow.
It's going to help the woman, possibly help her with her orgasms.
Can you go down to the one that you said the man and the woman use together?
Yes, right underneath that, it's called a We Vibe. So you can go to my website and just search We Vibe. There's so many, but it's a little hard to see, but on the bottom left is the little case. Then next to it to the right is a remote control. Then you have a phone behind it with the app. And then the purple thing, which it comes in a few colors, is the actual toy itself. So you have this little ring like this. And the way it works, if this is the woman, it goes in like this. So the top part touches the clit. The bottom part is inside vibrating. There's a hole there, enough room for the guy to go in also.
That's crazy. I didn't even know such a thing existed.
It's very nice.
So it's basically a team approach.
It helps because a lot of guys don't realize they like the vibration. And that's kind of nice about that C-ring too, is that it's vibrating and they don't realize that they like that feeling many times if they've never tried it. So having the guy in there with part of the toy coming out, it's vibrating on the man and then it comes out and it's hitting the clitoris, because 75% of women cannot have an orgasm through intercourse unless something is hitting the clitoris. So that sometimes takes the pressure off of.
So this could actually, I mean, that's a high percentage. I didn't realize the percentage was quite that high. Why do you think that is?
That's the way God made us.
But do you think God had a strategy to
that? Just to make men try to look for it a little more. I don't know. But the thing is that the head of the clitoris, the little nubby area, has 8,000 nerve endings. And you would think, oh, well, why wouldn't it work every single time? But what happens is that we are placed in many different positions. So you might have someone with the clitoris here. You might have someone with the little area here. You might have some that are covered more with a hood. You might have some where the hood is different positions. And you have a, if you're with a male, maybe they're going in and out and they're not hitting it. Sometimes they need to be in it and grinding more of a motion as opposed to this going in and out motion. Because when you're going, here, I'll use this. When you're going in and out, you're not hitting the clit. But if you're going in and you're putting some pressure like this, kind of in and out, then you're kind of rubbing up against and your pelvis is rubbing. That's why it's difficult.
Brilliant. That's really brilliant. That's eye-opening. That's a fun team building exercise right there.
Well, that takes a lot of practice, a lot of communication, because there's, a lot of people fake it. And I'm like, you're doing yourself a disservice. It's important to be able to try to work on it and figure it out. It's not always going to happen, but that's why the We Vibe could be very helpful. So that whole thing is just bringing some toys in, not feeling intimidated when your partner cannot have the orgasm, because it's not your fault and it's not your job as a partner to make your partner orgasm. It's your job to be a listener and a communicator with your partner and work as a team.
I think that's life-saving advice for a relationship. And I think that a lot of these tips that you're providing are critically important for people to remember that you really do have to use all the tools in the toolbox, and Absolutely. Life is an open book test. So what's the next tool, so to speak, that you recommend?
Now, this one is for people with maybe a little bit more of an open mind. but I think it's, definitely something that can spice up a relationship. And it is eroticism and swinging or polyamory or any of these types of things. You don't want to take a relationship that's suffering and put that in there, because that can cause a lot of problems. What you want to do is take a healthy relationship, if you're looking to spice it up, and do different things that can be erotic. And it may not have anything to do with anybody else. Like the picture on the bottom left, it's just a naked lady at a beach.
Right.
Go to a nude beach. You're not involved sexually with anybody, but it may be erotic for you and your partner to be in the water together naked with other people around. It may be nice just to feel free laying there at Hallover Beach, down near South Beach area down there. Not that I know about it, of course.
Of course. Actually, are there any nude beaches in the area?
All over.
Are there? I had no idea. The only time I've ever been to a nude beach was in Europe, where every beach is a topless beach, so to speak. So you're a good resource to find nude beaches too.
Hallover Beach, and then Hallover Beach down there and South Beach, they have some areas of the beach that are topless.
Have you heard about that? Am I crazy, or is there a nudist colony in the acreage? Hello. Oh, we got a little freezing issue. Stacy froze up.
I got you back.
All right. So if anybody wants any info about nude beaches, obviously all our beaches are closed right now, but I like where you're going with this strategy, which is to spice things up. You don't always have to partake. You can just observe.
Right. And that goes, But I was going to say that goes too, when I had a couple of pictures of groups of couples, the swinging clubs. They have a few swing clubs just south here in Fort Lauderdale, Commercial, Miami. You don't have to be a swinger to go to these clubs. You can go to these clubs and just feel the eroticism of it all, see nakedness, be a voyeur, be an exhibitionist. You could just be completely with just your partner and nobody else, but still have that that stimulation, and that you could either have sex on premise if it's an on-premise club and not have anybody else there to touch or do anything, or you can just get that feeling and go home and spice it up with your partner.
These are amazing ideas, and really 5 phenomenal ways of spicing things up, taking advantage of this coronacation. And what I really like about these tips is they're cost effective. You can go to Dr. Stacy's website, which is drstacyfriedman.com.
Yeah.
And what is your phone number, just in case anyone needed to reach out to you?
It's 561-899-7669. And you can also find that information on drstacyfriedman.com.
And I'm going to put the website in the live feed for everybody, drstacyfriedman.com. And we got you guys out there watching have to ask more questions. And the coupon code, once again, is
COVID-19.
All one word, guys. Is that capitalized, or it doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter.
And you get 25% off. I mean, that's a really generous offer.
Entire order.
Because you know what? There's not a lot of profit on a lot of products. And I think that's an extremely generous discount that you did for the coronacation. And that's what you guys should look at it as, a coronacation. This is the time. What better activity could you possibly do than heat it up in the bedroom? And you've given us so many amazing ways to do that, Stacy. You are really amazing at what you do.
Well, I hope that I've given some people some ideas on how to spice it up and really heat it up, not just turn it up a tiny notch, but a few notches higher. So that way, when we are out of this, we can start going to some of the clubs, to the beaches, and really expand on some of those ideas.
Sounds incredible. Well, I've learned so much. I hope you all out there learned something. I know I did. And what's your number one law of sex for the night?
The number one law of sex is heat it up by variety and giving it that little extra step out of the box.
I love it. Well, you heard it here. Dr. Stacy Friedman, drstacyfriedman.com. Everybody have a great night, and thanks for watching The Laws of Sex. Join us every Thursday night at 7 o'clock Eastern.
Thank you. Be safe, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.